We had a great season. Laps led, consistency, top 5s, top 10s. We were top 2 in basically every category.
Kyle Larson had the win locked down. Then one hit sent him flipping and the whole night exploded. His reaction after crawling out stunned the crowd more than the crash itself. Nobody expected his calm words to cut through the chaos like that. Kyle Larson had the Hangtown 100 Winners Trophy practically in his hands. The two-time NASCAR Cup Series champion was dominating at Placerville Speedway, controlling the race with the confidence of a driver who knew he had the best car on track. But with just 5 laps remaining, disaster struck in the most dramatic way possible. Larson got tangled up with Daison Pursley, and suddenly the Hendrick Motorsports ace was spinning violently into the dirt. Fans watched in horror as his car rotated almost 4 full times through the air before crashing down hard on its side. Everyone held their breath until Larson climbed out, thankfully unharmed. But what shocked people even more was what he did next. There was no rage, no pointing fingers, no heated confrontation. Instead, Larson walked toward the infield and gave Pursley a slow, sarcastic round of applause, followed by an exaggerated double thumbs up as he drove by under caution. It was a gesture dripping with frustration, one that Larson has used before when things go wrong on dirt. But here's the thing. Once the emotions cooled and the dust literally settled, Kyle Larson did something nobody expected. He showed pure class and maturity. In his post-race interview, Larson broke down exactly what happened, and his words revealed a level of understanding that's rare in the heat of competition. "We had a great car, a good race going. Daison must have built a run on the cushion behind me. Surprised me on the entry to one and hit the grease I had nowhere to go. Just a bummer, but I mean, I get it. Just because, my entry was closed off, so he had to pull the trigger right there. I wished it wouldn't have happened. He wished it wouldn't have happened." That statement right there tells you everything about Larson's character. He wasn't making excuses. He wasn't throwing Pursley under the bus. He simply acknowledged what happened and moved on. So let's rewind and break down exactly how this crash unfolded. Larson was leading the 100-lap USAC National Midget feature with just 5 laps to go. Daison Pursley, running in second place, saw an opportunity. Coming off the cushion with serious speed into turn 1, Pursley carried momentum off turn 4, but immediately hit greasy, uneven track conditions. Larson's racing line was already shut down. By the time Pursley slid in, contact was unavoidable. Pursley's right rear wheel clipped Larson's left front, and that was all it took. Larson's car launched into the air, spinning nearly 4 complete rotations before slamming down on its side. The crowd at Placerville Speedway erupted in disbelief. Just like that, Larson's sure victory turned into a heartbreaking exit. And here's the kicker. Pursley, despite having a broken shock on his right rear, somehow managed to hold it together through the final laps and took the checkered flag. But wait, there's more to this story. This wasn't even the first time Larson and Pursley tangled that night. Earlier in Heat 1, with 10 laps remaining, Larson was running 4th when the cars ahead slowed unexpectedly. He bumped into the number 19 of Reinbold, went up on 2 wheels, nearly flipping right there. Then Pursley bumped him from behind, sending Larson hopping off the track. Somehow, Larson saved it, made the feature, and lived to fight again. But his luck finally ran out in the main event. And that's when Larson truly understood something every dirt racer learns the hard way. Dirt racing doesn't owe you anything, not even when you're the best car on track. Sometimes the win slips away, and all you're left with is grace in the wreckage. The night got even worse for Larson's camp because his protégé, 19-year-old Corey Day, also suffered a devastating crash. Day, who was just recently announced as the new driver of Hendrick Motorsports' number 17 Xfinity car in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, entered the Hangtown 100 with massive momentum. He was running second behind his mentor, keeping Larson within striking distance while holding off a charging Daison Pursley. For a moment, it looked like teacher and student might finish 1-2, but with 42 laps remaining, Day entered lapped traffic, which is always a recipe for disaster in dirt racing. He clipped the left rear of Gavin Miller's car. It was just a tap, barely noticeable in real time, but that tiny contact sent Day's number 4K midget flipping violently 4 times into the night sky. The car came to rest with smoke pouring out of the wreckage. Thankfully, Day crawled out under his own power. No stretcher, no panic, just a shaken teenager who had just been violently reminded how quickly dreams can turn into twisted metal on dirt. Afterward, Day didn't say much. He posted a simple one-word message on X. Ouch. He finished 22nd out of 25, a result that didn't reflect the speed or promise he had shown. Both Larson and Day walked away that night carrying the same brutal truth. Dirt racing never promises a fairy tale, not even to its brightest talents. Now here's what makes Kyle Larson so different from most racers. Just 2 weeks after winning his second NASCAR Cup Series championship, he was already back in a midget car, grinding it out on dirt. Most champions would be lounging on a beach somewhere soaking in the glory. Not Larson. After a celebratory homecoming in Elk Grove last week, he immediately set his sights on a full slate of off-season dirt races before the 2026 Cup campaign kicks off in February. And he explained his mindset perfectly. I mean, I feel like the last week has been crazy with the media and just everything that goes along with winning the championship, so it's been nice to kind of soak that in through those experiences. But then now, as it's kind of slowed down, and I would say this today would probably be the last sort of thing celebrating the championship, your mind kind of already switches to next year, and you don't forget about winning a championship, but at least for me, you just kind of move on from it. And you'll get excited about what's upcoming for races for me, and then you get excited about next year and trying to repeat. Larson's off-season schedule is absolutely packed. On the Dale Jr., he revealed plans to race in his home state of California, then head straight to Cabo for a quick break. Next up is the Turkey Night Grand Prix at Ventura Raceway, a Thanksgiving weekend classic that draws the best midget racers from across the country. After that, he's heading down under for a weekend of racing in Australia, and he's not done yet. Larson could still return for the Chili Bowl Nationals and Knoxville Nationals before reuniting with his number 5 Hendrick Motorsports team for preseason testing. So yeah, Kyle Larson got dumped from victory with 5 laps to go. He flipped, he crashed, and in that moment he had every right to be furious, but instead he chose understanding. He chose maturity. And that's exactly why he's a champion, both on and off the track. What do you think about Larson's response to the crash? Was his mature reaction the right move, or should he have been more vocal about the contact? And can Corey Day bounce back from this setback as he prepares for his Xfinity Series debut? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button, subscribe for more racing content, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.